My name's Derek, and I'm from Boxes Emporium. We sell and buy moving boxes of all shapes and sizes.
Hey, my name is Nathaniel. I'm from the HR department of Boxes Emporium. Sorry about Derek, he's brand new.
I had undeniable skills, and the hiring manager knew that it would be a mistake to let me slide through the cracks.
He was our only applicant, and we needed somebody fast because we had literally 4 boxes being ordered. So that's a lot of boxes if you're not in the box world.
Nathaniel's upset because I wore Crocs and sandals to the interview, but this isn't a white collar job. This is Boxes Emporium. I don't think it's a big deal.
Guess. Derek is talking about on how he probably thinks I'm mad or something. Well, let's get this straight, okay? He can't be wearing Crocs in the office, okay? That's my thing. I wear Crocs.
Nathaniel, it was just for the interview, all right? I'm not going to wear
I am
Crocs
getting interviewed
on the floor.
I am getting interviewed right now. You already had your turn. Anyway, I put my Crocs in sport mode, and he puts them in leisure mode. Are you serious? This is a fast-paced working environment. I'm carrying 2, maybe 3 boxes at a time. That's a lot of boxes.
Nathaniel, the boxes they're not open. They're unfolded. Like, we sell them in bulk. Why were you carrying empty boxes?
I do my job, Derek.
I'm starting to think that you don't.
I've been here for 15 years, okay? I put my blood, sweat, and cum in this company, okay? I put the cum in company.
That is disturbing.
Welcome back to Diversely Specific. You want to hear more dumb skits like that? Or just...
We're not putting that in. You're fucking,
just bored.
You're stupid as shit.
No, we should
if you think
definitely put that in. No, that was so good.
That's going to be so strange.
No, you think we're normal? What?
Stay tuned after the show to hear a dog shit skit that we ad-libbed.
Definitely putting it in the front. People are going to watch. We're going to hear it in post, and we're going to be like, okay, that's pretty funny. Let's keep it in. Trust me, Nathaniel and Derek are going to be famous. We can have a sitcom on that.
In the end, I decide what gets cut and what does not.
We just change the whole podcast to Box Boys right now, and
Box
we can
Boys.
be Derek and Nathaniel.
I mean, we should just stick with Boxes Emporium at that point.
Yeah, Box Boys. And then the intro can be, welcome to Boxes Emporium. I'm Derek, and then I'm Nathaniel.
You fucked up Derek's voice hard. You can't do Derek's voice.
I was speaking as Nathaniel.
Yeah.
Right there.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway. Boxes Emporium.
Derek would beat the
Box
shit
Boys.
out of Nathaniel.
I don't know. Nathaniel's he can carry 2 to 3 boxes at a time. That's a lot.
Yeah.
And those are like big packing boxes. Big boy boxes.
Empty box.
They could be filled with other boxes.
They sell boxes. Why would the boxes have things in them?
Alright, so what, are they going to just ship a bunch of boxes just on their own? No, they're going to put the boxes in boxes. They're going to have the folded up boxes in other boxes. It's a fucking meme.
I think they probably use shrink wrap or something. Yeah, like to secure the boxes.
Okay, well, I have a inside source, and Nathaniel's been working with the company for 15.
I bought boxes at Lowe's before.
Well, that's not Boxes Emporium, is it?
They came from Boxes Emporium.
Just because Boxes Emporium has a little bit of a premium, you should pay it. It's a box-only store. You think they're going to...
They don't sell to the consumer.
They would do their job very well.
They're a supplier. They sell to commercial businesses like Lowe's, and I buy them from Lowe's.
You shop at Lowe's?
You still go to Home Depot or what?
No, but the age entry at Lowe's is like, I think 55?
False.
I think it's 55 and up.
My dad used to take me to Lowe's when he was late 30s.
Your dad probably had an in.
Sure. We went to Lowe's to get a barbecue.
What kind?
One that propane.
Oh, not a charcoal?
No.
That's the way to go. You know, that's so American.
Mm.
It's so primitive. We're just lighting fire and putting shit on it until we could eat it.
Exactly what it is.
Yeah. We're just lighting stuff on fire and then eating it. And then fucking laughing and yelling at stuff.
Mm.
Now, who knows if it's really cooked? Just gonna it tastes better. because fire's on it.
True.
It's not burnt, it's flavor. Burgers sound good. Steaks.
Barbecue burgers.
Steaks are good. Elote.
I've had so many steaks.
Corn
lately.
is so underrated.
Yeah.
Grilled corn.
Oh yeah.
Put some butter on that shit. You let it melt. It's the most like, I'd say arguably that's probably the most erotic thing.
What?
To get a hot fucking cob of corn, a hot cob. Grab it off the grill, a hot fucking cob right now.
Mm-hmm.
And you just put a piece of butter on that hot cob and just watch it like slide down. That's probably the most erotic food.
Clearly, you have not seen me eat corn dogs.
How much mayo do you use?
A good portion. Some would say too much.
I think mayo with hot dogs is smart as fuck. I don't see why people find that weird. So many people think that that's disgusting.
A lot of people just don't like mayonnaise on anything. Be shit for you.
All right, but I'm talking about the general population that have a little bit of mayonnaise on their sandwich or burgers. They think it's completely strange that you'd put mayonnaise on a hot dog. When in reality, it's the same thing. It's meat with a carrier unit that is bread.
Mm-hmm.
And to lubricate the meat and the carrier unit, you put mayonnaise.
Sure. I don't really get that very often. I don't see people saying it's strange to put mayo on a hot dog.
I mean, I don't think it's weird because I do it, but a lot of people I've heard think it's strange. We went camping. We went camping, and that was like one of the best things ever. We grilled hot dogs, and you know, I think we had just ketchup and mayo, but I said fuck the ketchup. Like, mayo was like, it was. Have you ever had a hot dog with mayo and then you just have the wavy Ruffles? Oh, original Ruffles, and you just like crush some on or put some on top of the hot dog with
I don't
the
like
mayo.
doing that. I don't like putting chips on like my sandwiches
Really?
or burgers or anything like that. Yeah.
I wasn't like, I'm not
Too
a
crunchy.
fan, and I honestly don't go out of my way to do it. But if I don't have like lettuce or some other type of like texture thing,
Sure.
then
Okay.
I think
yeah.
it's a good replacement.
I guess.
It's definitely not healthier, but it's good. It tastes good.
I generally, if I'm making a sandwich, it's because I have something to put on it, right?
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't have that issue. I like pickles texture. Won't go any crunchier than pickles, lettuce. About it.
You don't fuck with tomatoes?
Oh yeah, but that does like that type of texture, you know, a lot softer.
Oh no, I get you.
I'm saying in all like an alternative to using chips.
Have you ever messed around with cucumber?
Yeah, I mean, I like cucumbers. I wouldn't put them on like a pastrami sandwich, but
One of my favorite sandwiches it's a staple. Okay, when I bust this out, people are wowed. I get some wows in the crowd, like, wow, did he?
I doubt anyone's ever watched you make a sandwich.
Wow. No joke. One of our friends has. I've made a sandwich for her.
Mm.
But okay. Anyway, getting off topic. Lay down some whole wheat bread, right? Toasted. Slap some mayo on that bitch. Little pinches of paprika on the mayo. Nice little red spots. Like a little like Jackson Pollock. Looks good. Then you hit it with some spinach. Okay? Spinach on the base. Top that with some turkey. On top of the turkey, we're going to put some thinly sliced cucumber. Thinly sliced. Little black pepper, a little salt on the cucumber. Mayo on the other side of the bread. Black pepper instead of paprika. Mayo side of the sandwich or bread on top of the cucumber. Boom.
Are you sure you don't want the mayonnaise facing upwards?
I've heard of that. I've heard of those things.
Uh-huh.
Yo, like honestly, why don't we try that?
Because it'd be messy.
Yeah, but the roof of your mouth would taste fucking awesome.
I mean, you taste the mayonnaise regardless.
And you'd get mayo all over your lips, like, and your
that doesn't
your
sound
mustache.
fun.
No, that sounds great.
Sounds pretty
I feel
bad.
like most people would want that. That's ideal. To get mayo everywhere on your mouth.
When you do grilled cheese, do you do it with butter or mayonnaise?
I've heard of this mayonnaise thing. For the people who don't know with the mayonnaise like method, you spread mayonnaise on the bread and then you toast it mayonnaise side down, and apparently it doesn't taste any different necessarily than like
it tastes
butter.
Better in my. There's more
people
flavor.
say it tastes better,
There's
but
more flavor.
what it does is the oil content in the mayo. Yeah, the oil content in the mayo, it allows it to not burn, but it crisps up like perfectly.
Yeah, it
so,
makes
like,
the bread really good.
Yeah, the bread will be like at the perfect crispness, and it won't burn as fast as butter will. Like
it has
butter
more
will,
flavor.
yeah, butter will burn unless you're using some type of clarified butter. Dude, now we're talking about like food. I love food. Food is so.
I just had a sandwich from Subway. Guess what? I changed it
Don't
up.
talk to me
I
about
changed it up.
Oh, all right, okay. Shoot,
Changed it up.
I'll humor you. What did you get?
Tuna melt. I inhaled it.
That's what you always get.
No, it's not. I
All right,
haven't gotten a tuna melt in years.
Okay, but like you get those often. You're
No,
like
I
one of the
don't.
few people that get tuna melt.
I have. What are you talking? I have not gotten. We've had this conversation.
Can you close the
many
Can
times.
you close the mirror back there? Can you?
My computer charger is kind of like just coming out of it.
I mean, it'll be okay. Just a little bit. All right, perfect. Okay, so
Are you scared of the monster in the
well,
closet?
no, I just prefer. It looks a lot cleaner this way.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about the feng.
Yeah,
it's all
but
about the feng shui.
it was such a priority that you interrupted my story. I thought maybe you were like freaking out or something about something serious. Anyways, no, I've told you about my signature sandwich so many times.
I know I've heard it, and I kind of delete it from my memory every time it comes in.
Clearly, because there's never been once.
I delete things in my memory that bother me or are unnecessary, and that's both. Your sandwich is both.
All right, well, I guess we're going to have to take a couple steps back. You need to know my signature sandwich again.
Delete it again.
Well, for the context, it's important.
Okay, go for it.
So it's usually a spicy Italian.
Yeah.
That's about it. Other stuff too, but there's no tuna.
Mm-hmm.
This time, I got tuna. And boy, was that an experience. Got avocado. Tuna melt avocado.
Tuna melt with avocado?
Yeah, it's super good, actually.
That sounds pretty good. Yeah. Honestly, all right, don't get me wrong. I love tuna. I like sushi. Tuna sandwiches are good. I remember the first time I had a tuna sandwich was like in elementary school. And I was never a big fish eater. But when I tried it, it tasted like chicken. So I'm like, okay, this tastes good. You know, like the texture to me was like chicken, you know? And there's so much fucking mayonnaise and other shit on it that you can't really taste the fishiness, I guess, until like the aftertaste on some tuna sandwiches. But I like tuna sandwiches. I just don't go out of my way to get, you know, like.
I usually don't either.
Who the fuck gets a tuna sandwich, John? Like, let's be honest right now.
It's their.
Who the fuck goes to a sandwich shop and goes like, can I get a tuna melt, guy? Hey, can I get a tuna melt? Hey, Antonio, can I get a tuna melt, Antonio?
Well, I don't say it retarded like that, but I do it.
Hey, Tony, can I get a tuna melt, Tony?
Goodies Cafe has fucking solid tuna melts.
Hey, Enrique, give me one of those melts that have a tuna in it, yeah.
We're on the opposite side of the country from wherever that accent came from.
So all I'm saying is that's how backwards people are when they get tuna melts. Like, they revert all the way back to primitive times. Like, tuna melt.
Let me get this straight. You just spent a minute or so justifying tuna and how you like tuna and how you like tuna sandwiches. Then you immediately go.
Yes. Okay. So hear me out.
And do that.
So it's like, whenever I think like, oh, you know, a tuna sandwich doesn't sound that bad. Immediately, my modernized supercomputer brain kicks in, and it's just like,
supercomputer
that
brain.
is a low tier option. You have so many other options. Right? Yeah, you can. I'd rather eat quinoa or eat a tuna. A tuna
is literally the highest class sandwich you can get at Subway.
that's not saying a lot, John.
It's the most expensive protein they have.
God, that's so depressing. That's so sad that the highest like price option at Subway comes from a motherfucking can, John.
It does not. It comes from the sea.
John, that 100%.
It comes from a fish.
Yes. But that fish is now packaged in a motherfucking can that has a mermaid on it that has nothing to do with tuna.
So?
But you're eating that. That's the highest.
You're judging it based on its packaging?
You know, that's actually hilarious
so
because that says a lot about the other things that are lower than the tuna. Like, if the tuna is the highest quality item, but it's from a can, what are the other things? What are the other things from? That, like I said in previous episodes, that chicken breast is literally a fucking dish soap sponge. That's what it is. It's got a dish soap.
You're not wrong. That's why no one gets it.
It's a dish soap sponge with fucking Sharpie marks that are grill marks.
Yeah.
That's gross, John.
Yeah, no one gets those.
Have you ever broken one?
No, I've never ordered one.
I promise you, if you take it to a fucking lab like those Ancestry.coms, if you just enveloped them a fucking Subway
1% evil,
chicken
99% hot
no,
gas.
it would come back 5% poultry, 75% unknown, and then like
Come on, you
20% sodium.
There you go. Yeah, that's not hard.
20% sodium, 5%. That's a lot of sodium, by the way. 5% poultry, and then 75% unknown. And out of that 75%, like some of it's partially known, and it's like kelp or something, like something disgusting, something gross.
You should be a scientist.
I think so.
You should be a dietitian.
I have my proportions in check. Like I could easily be a statistician or like a
actuary,
some type of measurement scientist. Like I deal with measurements. I just measure.
You mean like your standard American who knows how to measure things?
Well, I can easily check my grams. I can check my ounces too.
Yeah, that's fucking sick.
Yeah, I can turn my grams into ounces, and I can turn and vice versa. I know that's kind of wild. Usually people can do one, but
how many ounces in a stone?
I know a stone is, I believe, 7 pounds, 6 pounds ish. You sure?
I believe the standard stone in Australia is.
Well, who the
14,
okay? First of all, who the fuck
pounds.
does Australia? I'm talking about the British stone, and I'm pretty sure the British stone is 7
came
pounds.
From the same place.
All right, we're gonna Google this right now, John. I'm gonna Google this right now. All of our viewers, all of our listeners, they're thinking like, "What's going on? Who's gonna win? Who's got the whose stone is correct?"
We're talking about different countries.
Well, who the fuck goes? Why do you go by Australia?
Because I learned about stones from an Australian.
Okay, so you're correct. It is 14.
Okay.
It is 14
in both countries.
I just searched.
I know that the
I don't
standardization changed slightly between.
It just says 14 pounds is a stone, so I'm assuming that's like unanimous, which makes sense. I thought it was 7 pounds. I guess like
the half stone.
Yeah, exactly. I'd watch these weird fucking weight loss videos on YouTube, but it was like a British TV show. It's a fucked concept, but this doctor, okay, I don't know if he's a real doctor, but he looks like a fucking model, whatever. Like he looks like he had a lot of plastic surgery done.
Have you never had a doctor before? They're generally pretty well taken care of.
Some. I've seen a lot of doctors. Like, I don't think all of them are. But okay, I'm getting off topic. This guy, running a TV show, very scripted, but it's very strange. So he takes a very skinny person, like somebody who's very malnourished, super underweight, and he takes a very obese person, somebody who's clearly like out of control in both ways, in both aspects. He takes both of them, puts them in a house for like a week, and he makes them switch their diets. So they literally will eat the same things, but they'll just swap it. So you'll just see like one scene is like this skinny guy, and he has this gigantic fucking breakfast, like pancakes, eggs, bacon, sausage, hash brown, everything, the works. And then the other guy has the fat guy has literally nothing.
Cereal?
No, nothing, because the skinny guy doesn't eat breakfast, and you'll just see like this, like very interesting dynamic. Even if the show's fake, it still brings up like a cool concept. Like, all right, maybe cool's probably not the wrong word, but a very interesting concept. It's kind of like think about it in the sense that these two people are doing their opposite routines, and in a way it works. They both at the end, if it is scripted, I don't know, but at the end they both realize like, okay, like after the first couple days they're just like, this is too much. Whatever the other person is eating from them or not eating, they realize like, okay, this is kind of like not cool.
Did the big guy not eat the little guy?
No, but it was so funny. Usually like the bigger people would always like comment about something, like because the little person would start eating the food, but then they would not be able to finish it. They would get maybe a quarter like a little dent in whatever massive meal that they had.
Yeah.
And the big person would be like, what's the matter? Finish it. And then the little person's like, I literally can't. Like, I cannot fit this in my body anymore. And then the bigger person would get angry. Like, they'd be like, what the fuck? I'm literally not eating anything, and you have this entire thing, and you're not eating it. But then they'd both realize, like, oh, fuck. Like, like, I need to eat something. The smaller person does. And then the bigger person thinks, like, maybe that is a lot of food, It kind of works out. It's a very interesting topic. Very interesting TV show.
But the big guy never ate the little guy.
No.
I mean,
there it was
I'd watch
like
it,
there were a lot of episodes. There possibly could have been one.
Okay, I'm not gonna go searching for it, but
Shouldn't. It's like a dark part of YouTube.
oh,
It's
one
like
of those.
It's like I was on like a Gordon Ramsay like YouTube fucking thing where
Will
you
you
watch
be the Elsa to my Spider-Man?
you watch one Gordon Ramsay video, and you're just
I don't watch. I can't stand
thrown
it.
into like compilations of Hell's Kitchen.
I don't get how people
And
enjoy watching that.
Gordon Ramsay yelling at children for 25 minutes compilation or something. I don't know, something crazy. And then eventually I got to that. So it's just like some deep rabbit hole. It's like watching one Naruto video and then watching 1,000 Naruto videos after one.
You know that those toy channels that like there's that specific one where it was Spider-Man and Elsa from Frozen.
Yeah.
There's like Valentine's cards going around. Will you be the Elsa to my Spider-Man?
Wow.
Weird as shit.
Yeah. Well, that channel, for those people who don't know, it's just it's designed as a kids channel. It's a couple.
It's like incredibly sexualized.
It's grown adults dressed up in, superheroes or Disney stars, whatever cartoon characters. They'll dress up as them in, I'd say, pretty respectable costumes. Like they're not like movie quality, but they're decent. And they'll just perform these weird acts. Like the thumbnails kind of give it away too. Like a lot of them are like Spider-Man like twerking or something, like getting his ass slapped. Spider-Man like fucking Elsa from Frozen. Elsa giving Spider-Man a blowjob or some shit. Like like insane shit. Like extravagant bullshit. And how they get their views are just kids are just clicking on their videos, and how YouTube's algorithm works is like it'll just auto refresh to the next video. And a lot of times kids are just given these tablets or phones, and they'll just be watching it. They won't necessarily change it, and it'll just generate these millions of views for these like weird ass channels. The parents aren't paying attention because nowadays parents just give their kids some type of screen so they can be preoccupied, It's unlucky, but some situations like parents don't see another option. It's like they can either socialize with their friends or they can like watch their kid like diligently. Like that's sometimes like obviously I'd say for the most part most parents are pretty diligent on watching their kids, but there are sometimes when they need a break.
Probably
phones
don't have a kid at that point if you don't have the attention span.
It's not even that like, well, first of all, a lot of people don't have that type of like,
mentality
or like I should say foresight, they're not looking into it like that. They kind of just have that fantasy or
accident,
there are many things like accident, that kind of like I said, fantasy of like have a child, I can have a son, they can grow up to be like me or be better than me, carry on my legacy. They're not necessarily thinking about, oh fuck, I have to change his diaper. Wait, this thing takes. Nah. Can I throw it away? Can I get a refund? No, you can't do it. It's already gone. Done deal.
I don't know if I could ever do that, honestly. You're basically signing an 18-year contract saying, I'm going to deal with someone else's shit.
No, yeah, you put your life on hold for that whole time. I'm not saying it's bad. I've like thought about it. If I were to have a kid when I was younger, I think that with everything in life that requires thought, I always make like a pros and cons about it. Whenever it comes to any type of decision that requires a considerable considerable amount of thought. In my head, considerable amount is like I'm spending at least 2 to 3 hard minutes, not soft minutes, hard minutes thinking about it. And when that comes up, the pros and cons list comes out. Okay. And how it works is if I at least have 5 to 6 pros, I'll do it no matter what.
What if on the cons there's possible death?
If I have 5 or 6 pros, it might be worth it.
I could probably come up with some bullshit right now.
Come up with some.
All right. Jumping out of an airplane without a parachute. Pros. Okay,
so there's 6. You need to get 6 out of this.
6 pros? Yeah. Pro number 1. Fun for at least a little bit. You get that little feeling in your stomach, when you go...
Okay, yeah, adrenaline, yeah.
No, not that. Like the butterflies you kind of get. Say you're driving, you go over like a bump or something, or you're on like a hilly road. You know that feeling you get?
Yes.
So you get that. That's 2. No more bills. Basically flying.
You're not flying though.
Basically, I said basically.
You're not.
Nearly flying.
That doesn't count.
Nearly flying. Okay.
You have 3.
Probably the best view you're ever gonna get ever.
Not true. Again.
What do you mean not true?
You can definitely find a better view. You can fucking fly a plane.
Okay. You're gonna. Your peripherals are gonna be all fucked up by the airplane.
You can get it in
you're
a
gonna
helicopter.
smell the kid's shit diaper sitting next to you.
I would rather personally for me. This pro doesn't work for me. I would rather take a helicopter ride or something and like get the view of the city.
I feel like perspective has
or
a big
go into a
play
fucking
here.
hot air balloon.
I feel like falling at a rapid pace from that large of a height.
You have 3 pros out of 6 right now.
View.
If you can give me 6 pros, then the death can be justified.
You could take a piss on the way down. Do that little, start swirling around.
Not a pro.
I think that's now you're just saying no to everything.
Because you can apply that to any situation.
No, you can't. You can't just fucking jumping out of a plane and taking a piss. That's on a lot of people's bucket lists.
How is that okay?
That's on a lot of people's bucket lists.
That has never crossed my mind once to take a piss while I jump out of the fucking plane.
You've clearly not gone
over
the pros
If I ever go
and cons
skydiving, is that going to cross my mind like, oh, fuck, I need to take a piss
Well, as long as you
now.
don't have that guy, like the chauffeur.
I would want to turn around and piss on him.
You can't. He's strapped to your back.
Well, yeah, I would turn us around.
Pro, you don't have that guy on you. We're at 4.
What if I want the guy on me?
You basically just said you don't because you said you'd want to piss on him.
I'm talking about this piss scenario.
So that implies that you don't want him there. So there's 4.
That doesn't count.
You don't have the chauffeur.
The guy
You're just gonna say no to everything now because you know I'm getting dangerously close.
I agreed to the first.
And then
3.
the second I hit 6, you're gonna have to book a flight tomorrow.
I mean, you're right about that, but I agreed on 3 of them already. Yeah, the 4th one is unreasonable. I have to reason with it. They have to be pros in my eyes. I'm not gonna say, oh, it's a pro to John. Yeah, it's a pro to me.
You're gonna be famous for a short period.
I don't think that's true. I might be famous within
man jumps out of airplane without parachute. You don't think that's gonna be famous? The guy who jumped from the stratosphere, that was world famous.
I'm sure hundreds of people don't fucking care.
Maybe not a week later.
Millions of people don't.
You're gonna get some articles. Now you're just straight up.
That doesn't seem like a pro to me
delusional.
because it's just it would be an insult to me. I know that personally that would be a fucking insult. That if I was on the internet and it was saying
I understand that
man jumps out of plane without parachute, that is an insult. So that's not a pro.
I understand you're literally fighting for your life right now because the second we hit 6, you're basically signing your death warrant.
Keep going. You're not.
But
you have 3 right now.
You're not being reasonable.
I am being reasonable.
You're not being reasonable. You're shooting down
reasonable.
some great ideas.
John, being internet famous is different from being just an internet idiot.
You're not going to be internet famous. You're going to be normal famous. Everyone's going to know about you.
All right, first of all, being normal famous is fucking shitty compared
I'm sure,
to
yeah, but you don't have to deal with all that bad stuff. Pro, you get to be famous, but not deal with the bad parts because you'll be dead.
That is invalid because I won't be famous. I will not be famous. Come up with some good fucking pros right now.
These are all fucking good.
John, you have 3.
Right, as you're falling, you can throw a baseball at an incredible speed.
Why the fuck would I carry a baseball? And first of all, that's not how physics works. It's gonna fall at the same fucking pace as me falling.
Drive your car and throw something forward. See what happens.
That's different from going downward.
It's velocity. If you throw something, putting more force behind it when you're already moving at a certain velocity is gonna go faster.
What I'm saying is velocity and time. Eventually, I'm gonna catch up to whatever it is, John. It's just like a fucking feather falling and a
no.
And yes.
No, it's not.
John, I got it.
No, it's
all right,
not.
okay, Google it right now.
I'm not.
We're gonna Google this whole
that will
calculation.
take the rest of the podcast. I know what you're talking about. That's gravity working on it. That is, there's no velocity behind those objects other than gravity, the force of gravity.
John,
that is it.
Gravity's overcoming the velocity at that point. When we're skydiving, are you? What do you mean?
So you're telling me that if you were falling at 16 meters per second and you threw a baseball at the most force you could possibly put behind it, straight down the same direction that you're falling, it would just stay there right next to you, or you would catch up to it.
It would go there, and I would catch up to it. What are you talking about? That's what I said. You'd catch up to it, and then it would be.
But it would still be moving faster.
Like literally a fucking second.
But the pro is you threw the fastest ball ever thrown.
John, that's dumb as fuck. That is not a pro. I don't want that to be a pro. You're coming up with bad pros because you know I'm gonna survive. I'm not gonna kill myself.
I came up with probably.
You came up with three.
I didn't count. No, but I think we're at about 6 or 7. I think they're all great.
Was it's gonna feel fucking great. Second pro. It's literally riding off the first pro, but you're gonna get a tingly feeling in your stomach.
Yeah.
And then the third pro is I don't have to worry about.
All right, sorry. Let's talk about that for a split second. Those aren't one and the same. It's gonna feel great because you got the wind in your hair. You're literally, extreme sports. That's great, but then you also get the actual physical tummy feeling that in and of itself is great. So I think those are two separate pros. Let's see. We can come up with some more. We just got to brainstorm.
The thing is, all right, okay. That's why I agreed. Those are fine. Those 3 pros, those are valid. The other ones are bullshit.
I disagree.
The other ones are, why the fuck would I want to throw a baseball momentarily, like, for a little bit?
There's a high chance to get a world record.
I could do that with a fucking parachute
You're literally going to be, like,
this is
immortalized in 3 different ways here.
See, this is another flaw with your pros. These pros are achievable with a parachute as well. I want pros that are achievable with me, no parachute.
First of all, no one's going to give a hoot if you just jump out of a plane with a parachute. Everyone does that.
Yeah.
So you won't be famous in that sense.
Can I technically not throw a fucking ball?
On the way down?
While I'm skydiving? Yes.
Sure, fair enough. But if you yeah, sure.
So I want things that are legit. I don't have a parachute on. I'm going to fucking die. What are the pros to that? I already found a few. Those are you found 3. Those are valid. I agree. Technically, I can get that feeling with a parachute, but I'm gonna fucking die, so it might be more amplified. Yeah, I'll admit to that.
Is there someone or some place that you really don't like?
Someone or some place? What do you mean? Why? Because am I gonna fall on that person? Yeah. Well, that's first of all, that's fucked. Second of all, that's extremely unlikely. Third of all, if this was a scenario
you a goal.
That it was like a guaranteed.
If this is the last thing you're going to accomplish in your life, you're going to hit that mark.
No, that's the thing. If I know I'm going to fucking die, I'm already going to take all the accomplishments I've had before. I don't need to fucking set another one. Why? I'm already fucking falling off a plane without a parachute. What are the chances of me hitting somebody and killing them on impact?
Very low, but I mean,
that is
you
so
can
dumb.
try.
I'm a man of reason. I'm not going to go for things that are zero chance. Zero chance.
Okay, well, you're wrong. It's not 0 chance. There's a low chance. It's not 0.
I agree with 3 of them, like I said.
Mm-hmm.
And I could even be a bitch about it, and I could say that the first 2 don't count, because I could literally say that with a parachute on. I could be like, okay, this is a good feeling.
Maybe second. I agree with the second one, but the first one's going to be different. Knowing you're going to die.
I suppose.
It's going to feel...
Yeah, it's probably going to feel fucking insane. I'd probably feel like I'd go through so many emotions while I'm in midair. I guess it'd be zen, maybe. I can't even say that because I feel like I would probably just fucking freak out for a little bit. Maybe it would be
Number
zen
3 was No More Bills, right?
Yes.
No more bills. Okay.
I agree with that one.
Yeah.
Technically, that's correct. I don't need to worry about.
No more work.
This is all encompassing. So it's like no more work, no more bills, no more fucking problems, no more everything.
That's not how pro and con list works.
Yeah. No,
you do specifics. You don't say no more things I don't like, and that's it. Like you get into specifics. That's how pro and con list works.
Well, this specifically is about like emotions towards responsibilities.
No, this is good things that happen because of this thing I do, and bad things that happen because of this thing I do. The bad things are obvious. We're just trying to come up with some good things, enough to make you do it.
The good things are, I'm no longer gonna have responsibilities, which are bills.
That's way too general.
Oh yeah, which are bills, families, and it's just
families.
Family. I work with family.
Oh, okay.
My family,
I thought you meant like,
and then friends.
I thought you meant like it was a like pro that you would never have to deal with your family.
But no, like it's not necessarily, that's not necessarily a pro, but all of the negatives that come towards that, like a death in the family or something, serious. I wouldn't need to deal with that. I could like end it now, end it quick. I guess I don't know if it'd be quick. See, that's the thing. There's not many pros to this.
I think you're just making it really difficult. You're generalizing a huge subset of pros into one, which is making it difficult because I just thought of a bunch.
What are they? Shoot.
No more working. No more having to get gas. No more having to check the mail so that the mail lady doesn't come to your door and scream, why is your mailbox full?
I actually like checking the mail.
I do too when it's not like
when I know I have something coming
spam
in.
Garbage.
I love checking.
Oh yeah, but you don't always have
Best
something come in. What else?
That's another thing.
No more having to go to the doctor.
That's a
You like going to the doctor? You like knowing that you might have an ailment of some sort?
When I was like unhealthy, I didn't like going to the doctor, but now I don't mind. Like I would like to. I haven't been to the doctor in a while, but I would like to get like how I'm doing. I feel like it's important. I feel like if you're scared, then you're
will have
insecure
a zero
about
chance
situation.
of dying of cancer.
That's true. And like so now all diseases and I guess tragic deaths, so like getting shot or getting mauled or stabbed are absolved because I'm gonna die in this way. So you're at 4. You have reached 4 pros.
So responsibilities is being bundled into one.
Yes, it has to.
Death in any other sense.
I'm going to encompass it as fears. All of my fears, like in terms of dying, in terms of, this kind of plays off the third one. The fears that I have to deal with in life, depression, all of that, it's gone right away.
Okay.
Or not right away. It's not right away.
Fair enough.
But it's gone.
All right, so we're at 4. Let's see. Or bad things that happen on a day. Or really.
You're looking at.
Am I?
Yeah.
I'm trying to find pros for dying.
I know.
Like
that's what I'm saying because, well, I've already categorized 2 big parts.
Because the only difference between if we're gonna be doing that thing where I could just do it with a parachute and get the same pros, the only difference here is you're gonna be dying at the end. So we have to look for the pros there.
The funny thing is, when I gave this criteria of 6 pros to whatever it is I'm doing, justify me doing it, we specified that it was like possibility of dying or like chance of dying. You're just straight up killing me with this fucking.
Well, no, you forced me into this.
No, you. All right. Well, you just straight up said like, okay, you're
gonna jump out of morbid
a fucking,
at first. It wasn't so morbid at first.
It's horrifically morbid.
Now it is. Because you've got.
Can you get to 2 more? What are the other 2 that are unique and they actually apply to the situation? I can justify them as like, okay, those are pros to me dying. You're basically just finding out reasons for me to commit suicide.
Don't do it, but maybe do it. I don't know. This is getting tougher.
I would hope so. I'd hope that this is getting tougher.
You'll never be uncomfortable again.
This goes into my
Temperature.
fears. This goes
It's not
into
a
my fears.
fear.
Yeah. This goes into my fears.
You're scared of it being too hot outside.
What fuck isn't afraid of being uncomfortable? What? No.
You're scared that it's going to be too hot outside. You're scared that the chair might not be the most comfortable thing you've ever sat in. You have a small kink in your back from the chair. That's a fear.
This goes into the third one of just like...
The third one was responsibilities. 4 was death.
What is this again? Explain.
I guess we can just categorize it as fear. Responsibilities was 3. Bills, having to get gas, having to worry about a mortgage, working, all that stuff. And then you have 5, which was dying in any other sense. And then, sorry,
no,
4
was
dying.
I categorize 4 as fears. Fear of dying, fear of getting fear of any situation that would put me in an uncomfortable feeling. Like I don't want that.
Okay, well then death will be number 5 of any other sort.
No, because I mean, how is that a fucking pro?
Because you can't, I mean, the fear of like not making it to the bathroom in time is very different from the fear of getting stabbed in the chest.
That's just being a fucking idiot. Like I would take shitting my pants over fucking dying. Like what?
Exactly. That's why they shouldn't be in the same category.
I don't know. Come up with a different pro. I don't see it as like a good pro.
But you're just shooting everything.
I've literally accepted 5 or 4 out of the 6. We're at 4 out of the 6.
Yeah, should be 5.
We're 4 out of the 6. You're more than halfway through, and you're saying that I'm shooting down every idea.
Yeah, I've given you like probably 15. I find what would you, if there's anything else, and there's got to be, definitely. There's an infinite amount of options here. There's going to be 2 more things that you would accept as a pro. What would they be?
A pro?
Yeah.
In the sense that, like, see, this goes under the other 2 categories, but it's like I don't need to care about work or just trying super hard. And it's not that I don't like doing that. I love doing that. And I feel like if you're not doing that, then it's not that life is pointless.
Oh, well, how about this? If you're religious, you go to your afterlife. Thing. If I guess this is personal.
This is personal to me. What fucking idiot would agree? Oh, if it's 6 pros, I'll do it. Whatever, doesn't matter.
Because they're contractually obligated, technically.
This is my they're my prerequisites.
Okay.
They don't apply to anybody else.
Okay, I'm just saying, like.
Would you agree to doing anything if they had 6 pros to it?
No, I'm not dumb.
Oh, you'd need
I would
at least
never
like
make
8.
No, I would never make that claim. I would judge it based on what the actual pros and cons are, not the amount of pros. Absolute.
I mean, if there's 6 really good pros,
you could put an infinite amount of anything on either side.
Come up with another scenario that's not like fucking life threatening.
Right.
That's
robbing a bank.
Robbing a bank. You're rich as fuck.
Potentially, this is potentially rich as fuck.
You're potentially rich as fuck.
You could easily fuck it up.
It's probably the biggest like adrenaline rush you will ever.
I don't think that's the good kind of adrenaline. I think that's the anxiety adrenaline.
No, I don't think. Like if you have the mindset of you're gonna rob a fucking bank, you're definitely a person who will have that type of
the whole time
adrenaline rush. No, then you wouldn't rob a bank. You'd be one of the guys in the back saying, "Okay, these exits are open." You're like,
no, I wouldn't be a part of it. I wouldn't be a part of it.
There you go. You would be far disassociated with whatever's happening. What I'm saying is, if you're actually in the bank, robbing the bank, you're that type of person who has that adrenaline rush. So it's like you're probably feeling the most alive you've ever felt in your life. You're, like I said, you're rich as fuck. You get to potentially you have potentially at the moment almost absolute power in the vicinity that you're at. So you are the strongest thing in like caveman terms. You are the Tyrannosaurus, even though I believe the cavemen weren't around when dinosaurs were. I'm not sure. But okay, in this like cartoonish sense, you are the Tyrannosaurus Rex to everybody being like puny cavemen with nothing. So you are the alpha male, like apex predator in this situation. You have a fucking gun, everybody doesn't, and they have to listen to you. So you have absolute power. These are 3 pros right now. For once in your entire life, you feel like you're actually in a movie. Like, it's not bullshit. This could potentially be a movie, and you'll probably fantasize about like delusions of grandeur where your story is going to be retold in some grand movie, like fucking Al Pacino will play
Point
you or
Break.
something. Yeah, Point Break, something crazy, something cool, like Baby Driver. You're gonna be like recreated in that. So in your mind, you're thinking like you're the best person ever. You know, like it's not just you're absolutely powerful, but you yourself are amazing. Whatever. Probably like the next one, assuming that it goes well, the escape, that feeling that you're gonna get like when you get it done, is going to be literally the best thing you will ever accomplish in your life. Every other achievement that you've had up until that point will be meaningless. It'll almost be
compared to robbing a bank.
Yeah. Well, okay. Hear me out. So, say you graduate college, or you nailed a really good job, you passed a really hard exam. All of these, I guess, achievements would be meaningless the moment you escape, knowing that you're scot-free, you're driving away, you have all the money, nobody got killed, and you didn't get caught. And you know that you're not going to get caught because
stole money from a lot of people.
But you got your car put away. If you're, like I said, if you're in this mindset, going back to second pro, if you're in this mindset, none of that matters. Like, you're already in that mindset that you have the adrenaline. This is for you. You're doing this for you. You're willing to kill somebody for money. So the morality aspect doesn't even come into place at all.
No, I'm just saying because you said it's the best thing you've ever done. It depends on what you mean.
Yeah,
by
no,
best.
and okay, maybe best isn't the word, but most difficult thing you've accomplished. Yeah. This is the most difficult thing you've accomplished, and you've done it. You've nailed it. So you nail it. We're at 5, and you have the money. Of one more pro.
Get to say the words, everybody get on the floor.
Yeah. That goes under the power thing. But like, you have absolute power. I'm trying to think of like a legitimate thing, because I'm saying like you're set for life, but that goes into the first one, like you could be rich as fuck. Do you think of any like pro?
I mean, if you're a sick fuck, you have the opportunity to harm people.
I think that goes into the power. Like, you can kill somebody if you want, you know?
I suppose.
You have the adrenaline, you can kill somebody.
I mean, if you didn't do it anonymously, you'll be immortalized.
Yeah, that goes into the delusion of grandeur one, where it's like you're the movie star. You see, like, they all go into categories, but it's like I feel like I've almost
delusions of grandeur is like you're feeling good about yourself. Being immortalized in a newspaper is literally your name's getting out there.
Necessarily. That's not the overarching category though. Delusions of grandeur. It's just like in general, you are gonna be like you're not necessarily. You might not be.
Yeah,
you could be some bullshit.
But
you can be some bullshit fucking loser that attempted to rob a bank and you got killed or whatever. But it's like in your head, in your your mental state is peaked, I guess. Okay. And then the last con would be, if accomplished, if you were able to pull whatever this is off, you will never be afraid ever. At least the person who's doing this, they know for a fact if they complete this task, nothing will affect them the same way. Their whole perspective of life will change, and the way that they interact in life. They're going to take way more risks. You think that a fucking person
either that or they're living their whole life here.
But I'm going to relate it to like the person who's gone through all these categories, all these pros so far, and like they have the same type of I guess homeostasis, like their same norm. And it's just like they're kind of like this person who's wired, always going. But if you're able to pull this off, you are just never afraid to take risks ever in your entire life. Like, if you rob a fucking bank and you get away with it, tell me if you're gonna say no to fucking going to like dancing or something. You probably wouldn't give a fuck. You do whatever you want at that point. Like, Nothing would hold you back
Mm.
ever. So those are the 6 pros. That's why I'm gonna rob a bank on Friday.
All right.
See, at Wells Fargo. My
Fair
bad.
enough.
But you see what I mean? Like, those are justifiable pros. Obviously, I'm not gonna fucking rob a bank, but
I don't know. You kind of said
there
it.
are way more pros
You said it
in
earlier.
robbing a bank than fucking jumping off and committing suicide in midair.
I think we could have hit 6 if we gave it enough time. I honestly think there are an infinite amount of answers. It just depends on how strict you are.
I feel like I was being fairly strict. It took me a while to come up with like the 6th one.
Yeah, for the bank, I think that was all manageable. That all of that was like, that made sense. The generalizations you made there made a bit more sense. I think with the skydiving thing, you were just giving me a hard time.
Because it's such an unrealistic like task already. I naturally, as a human, I'm going to be more analytical about my choices when it comes to me just coming out with realistically not many pros. So realistically, that choice in itself, it doesn't have that many pros. One could argue that robbing a bank is really fucking bad and it's horrible.
High risk, high reward.
Yeah, it's horrible, but there are pros to it, you know.
And jumping out of a plane.
There are very
risk,
low.
no
There
reward.
are very low pros. The pros are kind of passive in a way. You're not necessarily gaining them.
You're
They're
just
passively.
You're just
gonna
avoiding
happen.
cons.
Yeah, that's a good way of seeing it. But you see why I had a difficulty fucking answering those pros,
I think you could have just
trying
gone
to
with
justify
it for the
those
meme,
pros.
though.
No, see, that would make it uninteresting. I would just look like a fucking idiot that just wanted to kill himself.
It's a fun game, though. Actually, we should do that
Yeah.
more often.
6 pros.
Yeah.
Just call it 6 pros.
6 pros.
I'm gonna write that down. That's a fucking ass game. If people could make dumbass games like beer pong, like fear pong, have you seen that?
Beer pong? No.
Okay, so I'm literally just shitting on this YouTube channel, but this YouTube channel, one of their big concepts are they just take people and they play beer pong together, but every time somebody makes a cup, there's something written under the cup and it's a dare, and they have to do the dare. If they don't do the dare, they drink the cup, but if they do the dare, they keep the cup there. So
That's dumb.
and the winner gets $200.
Oh, okay. That's not so dumb.
Yeah,
then.
see, it's smart. One of the
Kinda.
biggest like subgenres of this fear pong are couples fear pong, and what a lot of ones are like blind date fear pong. So they'll take 2 random strangers, usually very attractive. They'll always find like very attractive people, blindfold them. They take out their blindfold, like, oh my god, you're so cute. Like, oh yeah, oh my god, you're so cute. You know, like they're bullshitting. I don't know if it's like scripted or not. I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt and say that it's not. They play fear pong together. All of the fucking dares are sexualized as fuck. Like, oh, take off all your clothes and just have your underwear. Like, the girl's like, oh, I mean, I want to win. So they take off their, she takes off all her clothes. Some are like,
Where is this?
YouTube.
Really?
Yeah, YouTube.
Wow.
They're very attractive.
How do you find this shit?
It's literally like a trending thing.
I've never
It's-
heard of it. I didn't hear about the other
YouTube
TV show you
channel
talked about
is
either.
dangerously similar to BuzzFeed. It's just like a more edgy BuzzFeed.
Yeah.
It's like a fuzz
I
bead.
didn't know BuzzFeed had a YouTube. I thought it was all like Facebook. And
No, it's definitely YouTube, and they have like 20 billion, like 10 million subscribers,
Yeah.
something insane. Anyway, so this fear pong game, if they can create that, we can easily make 6 pros. That's what I'm saying.
yeah.
Like we got Spoil It, we got 6 pros.
I think Spoil It's much more marketable, but yeah.
I don't think so. I think that this is like an easier concept to create.
Everyone's just going to argue about it like we did.
mechanics of the toilet that we're going to have to build?
Yeah, that's all.
We won't
That's
get our
existing
first-
technology. Imagine the arguments we had with our game of 6 pros. Like we have almost fairly kind of similar mindsets on like certain things, kind of.
Yeah, that's why the game will
Most
be like
people
to
don't.
themselves. It'll be like Cranium. You draw shit or something. I don't know. You have a little
People are going to
timer.
be arguing and screaming. I don't know. Like,
No, that's super good. I think that's
alright,
really
sure,
good.
Fine.
I think that's a solid thing. It's
All right,
way
we're gonna have to make
easier
it a card game.
Yeah, it's way easier to develop this 6 pros card game as opposed because we can create like the scenarios, in the card game, and we give it to the people, and then they come up with their 6 Pros, and then the person who gave the card read it out. It's kind of like banking off or like piggybacking off of Cards Against Humanity, but the person who's reading the card out, they're the ones that pick the 6 Pros that like are justifiable and good. And yeah, you're playing towards the person, but that's just how Cards Against Humanity plays. It plays towards the person and their views. So I think it'd be a like no joke, no troll right now. I know we've been drinking, but this is a viable option. This is actually kind of cool. Come up with some good fucking. Spoil It will take literally like 3 to 4 years just to get our first prototype out. If we were like legit about it, like there's no fucking way we could have like the type of technology that we were talking about.
Fucking Spoil It.
Yo, I just thought of a new addition to the Spoil It. We add a fucking hair dryer, but it's a ball dryer and it dries your balls and fucking ass crack. So there's no swamp ass.
I thought we were gonna have wet towel to dry towel.
Wet towel to dry towel, but we're still gonna have the air dryer to guarantee it's like not dry like bone dry to where it's chafing, but it's like not moist anymore. There's no more moistness. Because you know now, even if you wipe with a dry paper towel or toilet paper, there's still a bit of moist, you know, a little bit of moistness going on. A bit of moisture. A little wet, you know, a little moist. But the hair dryer will eliminate that. I think that would be a big seller.
We could have like
we could charge an extra $1,000 for that air dryer unit too.
We'll have like a grill around the bowl of the toilet, and there's like sauna rocks inside the bowl of the toilet.
Sauna rocks.
Yeah, and then so that you can get like sort of sauna from your toilet.
Okay, so I know the concept you're going here. So heat actually opens up your pores. I think you're thinking of the concept that heat will open up your asshole a little bit more.
No, I was just thinking for like comfortability, like it'd feel good.
I think, but passively it would heat up your asshole to where it would just loosen it a little bit.
You don't even need fiber anymore.
If you have like hard like
Compensation.
shit going on in your lower intestine, it'll actually soften up from the heat. So it'll just kind of like it'll just kind of like drop into the rocks and the sizzle would come.
The rocks are not accessible. They're just there's a grill around the bowl of the toilet.
I thought you were talking about like
the toilet itself is not.
I thought you were talking about the toilet bowl.
No,
because that'd be a very interesting concept on how to eliminate the waste, because it would just like
so there's
vaporize.
No water or plumbing. You just shit on a
hot you shit on hot rocks and it just vaporizes the shit to where there's no I guess no leftovers of no excrement left over.
This cannot be destroyed.
The scent is destroyed instantly.
I think it'll be amplified.
You get a very satisfying
honestly. I feel like the scent would be amplified.
Like shit just dropping on rocks burning.
Next time you're anywhere near a bed of hot coals, I want you to take a shit on it and just see what happens for experimental purposes. The one at the gym,
like there's a sauna there. If we go at 2 to 3 in the morning, nobody's there. Nobody's going in the sauna.
You're gonna shit on the sauna.
I could easily drop a fucking.
But you would do that. You would do that to them.
No, why would I do that?
You said you were gonna do that.
That would ruin the entire sauna.
No shit.
For decades. They could get a new sauna and everything, but it would for decades. That shit smell would be ingrained in that cedar, that whatever wood they have like surrounding the sauna.
Sure, but then we would know exactly how the combustion works.
True, we do need it for our tests.
Yeah.
But I mean, I feel like we can do it in a controlled environment in a lab or something. Like we can have some lab scientists like with
you want to use your lab or my lab?
Yeah, they have lab coats and they just flop them out to take a shit. See, one guy, his fucking name's Jerry. He's such a fucking mess, but he's a really smart dude. He's just got shit stains all over his lab coat. What do you think we're going here for, Derek?
I think we're done with the skits for today.
Oh yeah, you decided we're done?
Yeah, we went a little hard.
Our skit in the beginning was so good.
It wasn't bad.
It wasn't bad. You're not gonna put it down like that. You're not gonna you're not gonna negatively compliment it. Like
we don't want to say it's too good, and then people just don't listen to it. They gotta wait till the end.
It was one of the best things ever made.
You gotta wait till the end. It's gonna be at
Leonardo
the very end.
da Vinci. What is that? Leonardo DiCaprio. Who's that? Nathaniel and Derek? Yes. Please. They're gonna make like a fucking TV show where it's like The Office, but it's just Nathaniel and Derek.
Think of Alan from The Hangover with a bowl cut.
Okay,
basically.
think of McLovin as
Nathaniel. Oh yeah, 100%.
Like McLovin, but he's blonde. And his name's Nathaniel.
He's got a huge gap between his.
What do you think?
Teeth.
You think blonde or redhead?
Blonde, 100%. Like
so.
bleach blonde though, like not natural blonde.
Bleach blonde with a fucking pencil stash.
Yeah. Yes. And
Pencil
huge
stash.
gap between his two front teeth.
And they're both so sexually inexperienced that it's actually like hilarious. I think they'd be really good.
I'm gonna write up a screenplay, and we're going to record a pilot
You're going to
episode.
shoot it? Yeah, you and
Do a
me.
pilot episode.
Daniel and Derek.
You're gonna have to put on the blonde wig. You're Nathaniel, clearly.
You're Derek.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to cut your fucking feet off so you can lose like 2 feet maybe.
Why? Derek can be tall.
How I thought of him was Zach Galifianakis, like a fucking short, chubby guy.
All right, fine. You do Derek. I'll do Nathaniel.
All right, fine. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I'll take it. Yeah. I'm definitely Derek. You're Nathaniel.
No, that
We're gonna
doesn't
need to
work because you
bleach
can't do Derek's voice.
How does it go?
Secret. It's a trade secret.
Yeah. Well, you're gonna need to fucking bleach your hair blonde.
I know.
And we're gonna need to get a fuck ton of boxes.
Yeah. No, how about we work in Box Emporium, right? But you never see a single box during the entire
That's
episode.
fucking hilarious. That's genius.
Yeah.
And our whole, like, every episode's premise is us getting a fucking box, but we never get one. Like it's like, so they're both sitting at the office, right? And Nathaniel gets a call because he's the fucking head honcho. He's head of HR. They're the only 2 employees. But he gets a call and he's just like, what? Like, you don't hear the other person on the line, but he's like, what's that? Wait, where? And he's like, you see him typing shit like frantically on his computer. He's like, yeah, that's not too bad. Yeah, that's not too bad. Yeah, we'll be there. Then he hangs up. And he's like, Derek! And then Derek's like, what? And he's like, we got a fucking box. And he's like whispering it to himself, like all fucking crazy. And Derek's like, what? What are you saying? We got a fucking. He's like, what? He's like, we got a fucking box, man. He's like, we got a box. Like, they're going ape shit. They're going crazy. And he's like, yeah, we got a box. We just gotta get it. And he's like, all right, yeah, let's fucking go. Let's go. I'm already dressed. And they're like wearing their fucking box uniforms, Box Emporium uniforms. He's like, okay, yeah, let's go get it. Like, all right, where is it? Like, it's in Canada or something. I don't know. Like, they say some bullshit. They're living in like Wisconsin, or something. Like
Kansas.
Okay.
Kansas, 100%.
Topeka.
Sure.
And he's just like, what? Canada? He's like, yeah, it's Canada. It's not that bad. I already told him we're on the way. Like, what the fuck, dude? How are we gonna get to fucking Canada? He's like, road trip. And then they fucking do this bullshit road trip. Anyway, like, yeah, they get to fucking Canada and they don't have the box. And they're just like, well, at least we got to see the Alps, eh? Or something. Like, I don't know, Niagara Falls, eh?
That's in Canada?
Yeah. Like, yeah, right? Fuck, I'm gonna look real dumb if it's not. I feel like it's like the border, it's East Coast, I believe. New York. Bad. This is not good. But Box is Emporium for sure.
Yeah.
Good TV show pilot. We've got 6 pros. That's a great fucking, drinking game concept. Great card drinking game concept. And then we have Spoil It. We're honestly geniuses. And Elon Musk, I know you're listening because you're one of our fucking listeners. But sign us up.
Looking for sponsors.